everybody, I'm Teacher Carrie. Today I'm sharing with you some of the teaching strategies that you can use in your VIPKid classroom. These are simple tips that will make a huge difference in how you are able to teach your classes and connect with your students. If you're preparing for your VIPKid demo or your mock classes, these are going to be specific strategies that your mock class mentor will be looking for you to use in the classroom. So make sure you keep these tips and strategies in mind as you're preparing to teach those classes. Be friendly. This is the number one tip that I have for you. It is amazing how far it will go in the classroom for you to be warm and smile. The smile will get you so far because smiles are the same in any language. And so when you smile at your student, it doesn't matter if they don't understand a single word that you are saying to them in that lesson, but when you smile at them, you will be able to get through to them. You will see a huge difference in the effectiveness of your teaching if you're able to relate to your child in a friendly way, to be able to make class fun and exciting for them to be there. I guarantee that if you are happy to be there with your student in class, they will be happy too. It will just become much more enjoyable for everybody. Number 2, be patient. There are a lot of times where it can be easy to jump in too quickly to give the answer. Remember that these kids are having to think about it. They're trying to remember all of these words that they've learned. This is all new to them, especially for these lower level students. They're grasping around trying to figure out, what word am I supposed to be saying? So give time. Sometimes it can be easy to feel rushed because you're trying to get through your slides, you're working on your pacing. But just take a breath, give them a second to think about it, let them get to the point of being able to answer. If you're always jumping in to give the answer, then they're never going to learn to do it themselves. So be patient. Also be patient when they're having trouble learning it. Sometimes they're going to have trouble. They're not going to get it. And you're going to have to do the same simple sentence. You think it's simple. They don't think it's simple. It's new to them. I've had my students try to teach me Chinese phrases before, and it's ridiculous. They said it so many times, and I'm like, what? I can't even try to form the sounds. So just remember, this is all new to them, so be patient. Speak slowly. Take your normal speed of talking, cut it in half, and then probably cut it in half again. Like we said, you need to be patient because this is all new to them. So think about the speed at which you're talking. As you're speaking, they are trying to internalize this, probably translating it in their minds back to what they understand. So make sure that the rate of your speech is very slow so that they have time to think about it. Speak slowly. It will seem funny to you at first, especially when you're just doing your mock classes and you're trying to figure this out. It will feel like you are speaking so slowly, but it is very important. If you speak too fast, they're going to check out because they're going to say, I have no idea what they're saying to me. I give up. So speak slowly, and if you notice that they're struggling, dial it back some more. Keep going slower. TPR, this one is super key. TPR stands for Total Physical Response. What we mean by this is you are pairing an action with your words. So you can use this when you are trying to teach vocabulary. So if I am trying to teach the word fox, the vocabulary word fox, I can throw up some little ears here. Fox. Add something so that every time you say that word to the student, you are fox, fox. And that way they are tying it in their mind with something that they can do. That way later in the lesson, when you're reviewing that vocabulary that you learned, you can circle the fox and go, yes, fox. It's a good way for them to be able to learn in stages. So they've learned to add something to that word, and it helps trigger in their memory. to recall that vocabulary word. You can also use TPR when you are asking questions. If I say to my student, "My name is Teacher Carrie, what's your name?" If they don't know those words, they don't know what I'm trying to say. So you want to add physical movement to it to help their understanding. So I would say, "My name is Teacher Carrie. What is your name?" See, I'm tying actions to what I'm saying. I'm not just saying the words, I'm trying to act it out. Just think hand gestures. You're just trying to act out what you're saying to help them understand what you're asking them to produce. Let's say we're learning colors and I want to ask them what their favorite color is. If I just say, "What's your favorite color?" Instead I say, "My favorite color is blue. Blue. What is your favorite color?" And that way I'm putting motions with it and helping them understand what it is I'm asking. And once you're teaching them, they'll start to pick up on what all those motions are, and it'll help them to learn. Try to avoid incidental language. What this means is just any word that you don't need to use to communicate to them. Keep your speech very simple. Try to only use the words that are contained in the lesson. These are the only words that they have learned so far. So try to keep your sentences extremely simple and limited just to what is included in your lesson slides or what they have done previously leading up to that. Don't use any filler words. You don't have to tell them what you're doing. You don't have to say, "Okay, let's keep going," or "Let's go to the next slide," or anything like that. You don't need to fill space. It's okay to leave empty space. Even if you go to the next slide and you realize you're not quite sure what you need to be doing and you need to look at the teacher tips, don't feel like you need to be saying things while you're trying to figure it out. Just take a second, figure out, gather your thoughts and what you need to do. Don't feel like you need to fill that space. Just be okay with pausing, because when you throw all those extra words in, all it's doing is confusing them. They are, as you're speaking, they are picking out the words that they know. So if all they know are the words ball, throw, and I, then if you're adding in all kinds of things like, "Hey, this is a ball and I like to play ball on Tuesdays, blah, 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 blah," whatever, just, you don't need to talk about all those things. Keep it super, super simple at these early stages. We have to model what we want our students to do in the classroom. If all we do is say it, they have no idea what we're talking about. They don't know a lot of these direction words. So for instance, if I want them to circle the letter A on the screen, if I just say to them, "Circle A," and I wait, they probably will not do it. They don't know what I'm trying to say. So first, I have to model for them. I say, "A, circle, A, circle, circle A, you circle." Good, good. And then I might try it again later. We get to the next letter and I say, "B, circle B." Good, circle B, good. And then on the next one, I could get to letter C and I say, "C, good, circle C." Yes, good, circle C. Very good. So I get them step by step to being able to do what I'm trying to teach them. They're learning the word circle, and they're also learning the action of what it looks like. And so then without saying anything, I can do this and they'll know that it means circle, or they can learn the word circle. So I could just say circle in the future and they know what that means. But until you've shown them, they don't know what you're talking about. So VIPKid talks about that as I do, we do, you do. So what you're wanting to teach them is first, when I use A, all I do is I did it for them and I said, circle A. I did it a bunch of times until they, understood what I was talking about. Then when we got to B, we did it together. I did it and they did it quickly and we did it together. And once we got to C, I handed it off to them and I let them do it. I just told them to circle the C and they knew what I was talking about. So you're wanting to step by step through your lesson, teach them to do these things by modeling. You do it for them, show them how to do it. You do it together, hold their hand in it, make sure they understand, and then they're able to do it themselves. And that's what you're going to do every time you teach a new concept. You're giving you directions, anything you're going to be doing. I do it for you, I show you, we do it together, I let you do it by yourself. Positive correction. How to correct errors, because sometimes there will be a lot of errors. You want to be very careful that you're not being overly negative. Remember that they're learning, this is all new, and they're going to make mistakes, and that's totally normal. And for a lot of kids, it can be hard when they make mistakes, and if you are too negative, they're going to feel down on themselves. And so try to keep your correction positive. How I try to remember to do this is when I hear my student make an error, I make sure to start my correction by saying, good job. I start with good. And then all I do is I repeat the sentence or the word that they made the error on, and I emphasize the area that they made the error, and I just repeat it and ask them to say it again. And usually they self-correct. When they hear me say it and emphasize that point, they realized the error and they're able to correct themselves. So I don't have to say, not quite, no, I don't have to say those things. If they are maybe reading a passage and they mispronounce a word or they read the wrong word, I say, good job, and then I will repeat it. So let's say that we're working on conjugations and they say, she throw, and I say, good, she throws. Good, throws. And then I might take my whiteboard and I might write on it, she, if they're really struggling with this concept, I didn't write this very well, but I would write, she throws, and my S is off the whiteboard, but I would underline the S and emphasize, she throws. Good, very good. Just make it very positive. Don't just come down on them that they, messed up. But make sure that you're affirming their hard work and that they're doing a good job. Sometimes the student might be asked to draw a line for an answer, or to drag and drop a word to the correct spot in the sentence. And sometimes they don't know and they're guessing and they completely do it wrong. And you have to kind of tell them, not quite right. So the way that I try to do this positively is, let's say they drag the incorrect vocabulary word to the blank, and it's wrong, and they've got all of them wrong. And so I'll usually read whatever it is that they put, even if it doesn't make sense. I'll read it and I'll say, and I'll just kind of do that until they start realizing that something's not right, because teacher Gary is sitting here going, and then they'll realize, okay, I should put this one back and try again. And they might pick another wrong answer, and I go, and I just let them get to the point where they get it right. Or if we're just not getting anywhere, I might give them the answer and read it for them and emphasize the area where they had it incorrectly before and where it's corrected. Well, there you have it, folks. There are your teaching tips and strategies. If you employ these strategies in your teaching, I promise you will do well in your mock class and you will do well in your entire teaching career. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can get teacher updates. If you're ready to apply for VIPKid, follow my link below to start the application process, and I'll be able to help coach you through the whole application, mock classes, and help you get started on teaching. If you don't have a VIPKid coach that you're working with yet, send me an email. My email address is below, and I will help you get set up on as one of my referrals so that I can help coach you to your success in VIPKid. Thanks for watching. Bye.